So habits basically are reward. They basically follow this convention of cue, routine, and then a reward. So if there's no reward, that habit can never happen. You find that the body does not want to do it. So one of the habits, personally, I've been trying to develop is one of drinking water. I read about a fact that stated that someone who has a dispenser and someone who has a fridge, the person who has a dispenser has 40% more chance of drinking water than the person who has a fridge, because the person who has a dispenser, the queue is readily available. Of course, the queue is location. Your fridge is located at home at a certain place, so the location is triggering the habit of drinking water. But because the queue is hidden, it's not basically easy to drink the water. Hello everyone, welcome to the Habit Series show. It's your hosts Raymond and Fiona. There may have been other complaints. Were there any other comments you got? Other comments from the video?
Yes, ideally. Some of us didn't know what Habit Series is about. We didn't know where to find it. So how do we find Habit Series? What is it about?
Yeah, so Habit Series can be found on most of the popular social media websites. So it can be found on Facebook, so facebook.com/Habit Series. It can be found on Twitter, so Twitter Habit Series. It can also be found on YouTube, so youtube.com/Habit Series. So if in case you're looking for where the next videos will come, just check any of the 3 to 4 social websites, and that will keep us, you'll be ready to join us.
Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Please give us your feedback so that we can be able to interact.
Yes, if you do not subscribe, you're going to die. Okay, so we're going to kick off the show by talking about what is a habit. You know, a habit is something we do every day. Like, for example, a habit I do every day, one of them is I wake up, shower, and go to work. That's a habit. It's something you do consistently. And I can't even have an example of it currently. So now, a habit works in this way. You find that most of the habits we have something we call a cue, stroke a trigger. After that, there's a routine. Then after that, there's a reward, by the way. So every habit needs a reward, not so?
Yes.
So whenever you're rewarded for something, you feel motivated. So most of the habits are actually rewarded. You know, they're kind of like, they come out of this reward that we get. So if we can understand, I think these 3 things about a habit, we find it very easy to kind of enforce these habits. So the first one is a cue and trigger. So a cue and trigger is something that triggers the habit. It literally sets it off. So one of the cues can be something we call time. So you find that if a habit is triggered by time, that will be the cue or trigger. Are there any habits that?
Yeah, there's so many habits that are triggered by time. For example, we already talked about when someone wakes up in the morning. I know I have to wake up in the morning, then probably I'll go to the bathroom, I'll brush my teeth. After brushing my teeth, I'm going to shower. After showering, I'm going to dress up and probably take a cup of coffee and then drive to work. So that makes it a habit, because every morning I'm going to do that on a daily, so that becomes a habit.
What about lunchtime? Is lunchtime a habit?
Yes, lunchtime, when you're going for your lunchtime.
What triggers it?
Like it's.
Is
like
it the hunger?
When it gets,
Isn't it the hunger?
Ideally, when I know I'm only supposed to have my lunch at like 1.
Mm-hmm.
When lunch reaches, when it's 1, ideally my stomach will be demanding for something. So that makes it a habit.
Okay. So there are also other triggers that basically can create a cue or habit for a trigger. One of them is emotions, like the emotional state you're in. Are there? Like, which examples can we think of, literally?
I'll give my own example.
Okay.
Personally, when I'm bored and I'm doing nothing, my mind is always going to send me to go out and look out for, maybe do shopping. Especially when I have some money, I'm going to be forced to go out there and try and look out for the best clothes, the best shoes and everything. So it becomes a habit. I do it out of boredom, but at the end of it all, it becomes a habit. Every time I'm bored, I'm thinking of, I should go out and look out for something.
Yes, so that's like one example. I can give one of mine. If I'm very sad, I listen to music. and listen to classical Mozart music. Now music which just so it's kind of a habit. So the trigger was my emotional state. I'm sad, so then I end up listening to this kind of music that literally either uplifts me or kind of helps me acknowledge the mood I'm in. And in a way, I'm rewarded because the music kind of makes you feel like you are understood, or it kind of takes away this situation of the emotional state. Either you're bored, or you're sad, or you're happy, or the music kind of understands the state you're in. So then another trigger for a habit is the group of people you're with. So there are some situations where you find that the group of people we are with influence the habit we have. So you find that, let me give you a quick one. If you are around smokers, you will develop a habit of smoking. The trigger will be that is when you're around them, they are smoking, you may also get that habit. Another habit could be, I think, when we go out, normally with friends.
Yeah, when you go out and your friends are drinking,
Okay.
you're going to find yourself drinking in one way or another. You'll just buy that beer. You've not been doing it every day or something, but you're going to find yourself wanting to drink that alcohol, probably because you're in the company of friends who are drinking and you don't want to be left out.
Okay.
And maybe you want to keep up with the conversation and everything. So you're going to drink, so it becomes a habit.
Yeah. So another trigger for a habit, a cue and trigger, is a place. So there's some habits which are basically triggered by a place, you know. So are there any?
When I go to the kitchen, I'll definitely think about food. I'll go to the fridge and I'll get out that food and I eat it. I like eating. So every time I'm in a place where there's that environment, there's food around me, I'll definitely want to eat.
Yes. I think another one is also like the bathroom in the house. So you find that the fact that there's a bathroom in the house encourages showering. So you find that most of the people, they don't see it, but one of the habits of showering is being triggered the fact that there's a location, which is basically a bathroom that allows one to shower. So basically the habit is triggered of showering as a result of the place and location of this, you know. So then you find that there's the final trigger. The final trigger is basically preceding events. So you find that there's some things we do, and if they're like events preceding or that, the habit tends to follow another habit. So one of the habits that we can give that can give a very good example of preceding is you find that when you brush your teeth, what happens next? For example, when you brush your teeth,
I shower.
You shower.
I shower after
Yes.
brushing my teeth.
But I think we all do that. By the way, I've also just thought about it. I'm like, every time I brush my teeth, I shower next. So I find that a habit of showering, as much as it can also be triggered by a place or something, it can also be triggered by a preceding event. Did you know that, by the way, that when you sleep for 8 hours, your brain has not had water? So when you wake up in the morning, literally, your brain has not had water for 8 hours.
Really?
Yes. So the whole day you've been drinking water from, let's say, morning 6 a.m. up to around 6 p.m. or whatever. But after that, when you sleep, the brain has not had water. So then when you wake up in the morning, you're literally starving the brain of drinking water. So it's kind of crazy when you wake up in the morning and you don't take any water. So if you're watching this series, make sure, one, you comment on what habits you've really loved us talking about and what you'd want us to talk about in the next video. And then two, make sure you drink water in the morning. The first thing in the morning when you've just woken up, make sure you drink water, because the brain has not had water and literally needs water to process all these thoughts and all that.
Yes. Give us your feedback. We can't wait to hear from you.
Yes. Otherwise, want to thank you for watching the Habit Series show. It's Raymond and Fiona. Thank you. And
See
bye.
you.